Hello, good morning. We're here for practice. Thanks for your patience yesterday as I was traveling. It was a really great weekend of forging and metal work and sisterhood. And I just am so grateful for my time down in the Bay Area this past weekend. I hope everybody else had a good weekend too. Today, it is going to be, it's an interesting weather here in Dunsmuir. It's like gray and muggy and hot and so not my jam right now. Like weird weather, because it's like I really want there to be rain. It would help so much, but in order to get rain, we'd have to have lightning, which the lightning doesn't help. So it's like this balance of I really want the rain, but the rain doesn't come without thunder and lightning at this time of year. If there's thunder and lightning at this time of year, the rain might not be sufficient to fix what the thunder is doing, or not the thunder, the lightning is doing. So sending out prayers today for continued safety for all of those who are fighting the fires around here. There are lots. Up north, the Bootleg Fire in Oregon is one of the largest wildfires, if not the largest wildfire in history in the United States that we know of. I'm sure that there are other fires that were much larger, but they're not documented the way this one has been. And we are still, all of us, at the mercy of Mother Earth, and it would do us well to remember. Oh, good. Yeah, Maribeth said, I did a rain ceremony yesterday and asked for protection from lightning. Thank you, Maribeth. You're just already right on it. I appreciate that. And so I have another thanks to give. So today we're going to honor the rain and ask for protection. I'd also like to say thank you to Priestess Holly from our temple, who found this beautiful thrift store score. I don't know if you can see this statue. Maybe there we go. It's like if I hold it in one area, then the other one can't see. But beautiful, beautiful statue of Guanyin. And she's holding, I don't know if you can see this Utpala flower up here. Beautiful lotus up here. So she is going to go on the altar here today, and then I will be taking her over to her permanent home at the other shrine. Just a few more days in the swampy, foresty realm of Baba Yaga, with the long usnea hanging down from the trees, looking like curly, furry hair. And with all the little frogs leaping all around. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf bitch, Baba Yaga bright dawn, Baba Yaga red sun, Baba Yaga midnight, Baba Yaga black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf bitch, Baba Yaga bright dawn, Baba Yaga red sun, Baba Yaga midnight, Baba Yaga black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. Last couple days this week with the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And then next month, we move into the realm of Isis, Aset. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. And the image is of this column of light rising from the trunk of a severed tree. And a woman naked is in the light, and she's it's hard to tell if she's manifesting the light or if she's being manifested by the light. So let's have a look. Dear sacred rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You are being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe, so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You are now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of a great big cosmic yes. To access this reality, you have to leap from known waters, and others may think you are crazy for doing so. You have to leave behind the dark, weighty grip of hesitation, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief that you have to do everything on your own. You may fear for your life. How will you feel safe in the wild electrical pulse of such aliveness? How will you function without the hazy, sleep-inducing paralysis of playing it safe, taking too long and placing lesser priorities above the sacred art of life? How will you hold yourself back if you don't hold on to fear? You do not need to worry about such things. Life is wild, but it is also wise. It is a force of startling, raw awakening at times, but it is also the natural process of evolution where all things mature according to a seasonal cycle in right timing. You are part of, not apart from, the process. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you are in the hold of darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away, to imagine that it is all too much, or to create excuses about how your desires aren't grounded enough, or that you are being too flighty or flaky, or that you're not living in the real world. That is fear talking, not truth. If the sacred rebel is not awakened, we continue to live in a culture drenched in fear and distrust of nature. Those without awakened hearts don't yet understand what nature knows. She knows timing. She knows life and death. She knows the creative process. She just knows, and she can be trusted to support us, her own creations, in becoming all that we can become. Does this mean that we become passive and just float along like a limp leaf detached from a tree and blown about randomly by the breeze? No. Being free of the dark hold empowers us to take up our cause. This means being free to act and affirm the intuitive feelings we have by following up on them. This is painting like someone who has lost their mind, completely from the heart and free. It means writing even though you have no conscious idea of what you're writing, even as words are streaming forth upon the page, before your rather curious eyes. And it means speaking about your work, not hiding it away, allowing it to breathe the fresh air. Be held in the gaze of others. Detach from the darkness that would say you are not enough, or that what you're doing must be the best thing ever in order to be worthy of a place in the world. Instead, just let it be what it is. All of nature, including you, and your passions and dreams, will be what is needed, when it is needed, and how it is needed, according to wisdom. Y'all, everybody here, this is big. This is big. What are the big things that you need to move out of? These would be like patterns, ways of thinking about yourself, ways of talking about yourself. I know Yvonne's like, it's so big. Loon Ray's like, I'm here. I love you. I see you. This is, and Elisa says, or Elisa says, very powerful. Heather says, wow. Yeah, I think we're all feeling it. I'm certainly feeling it. I'm going to just tell you, I have been having this feeling, this motivation. I have no idea how it's going to happen, honestly. But I think I'm supposed to live in multiple places. Like, as in, live at the mountain for a particular part of time of the year, live elsewhere. I don't even, I'm like afraid to say it out loud because it's such a big thing, but it says here you're supposed to let things shine. Let me just put it this way. If the way that I've been feeling is correct, I will be on both coasts of the United States, as well as one other coast, a portion of every year. And I will have Guanyin shrines at each of those places. And what I will be is what I think I'm here to do, which is to grid the planet, actually, with shrines that serve like acupuncture needles, stimulating the energy, not my energy, the energy of the earth. But I'm a Taurus, I'm a placemaker. I make spaces. It's like natural to me to do this. Like, I'm supposed to create spaces, and then people come into those spaces and do what they do. And those spaces potentiate the greatness of others. This is so far in my life the one consistent thing that I've always wanted to do and felt like I could do. So what does it look like for me to tend a goddess temple on the East Coast, a goddess temple on the West Coast, and a goddess temple somewhere else, each of them having an outdoor shrine that's accessible 24 hours a day for whoever needs it, along with all the joys and weirdness and liability of that. That's my big thing. What's yours? Put it in the comments. What's your big thing that you're like, I think I'm supposed to do this. I think I'm supposed to do this, and I don't know if I can give myself permission to do this. Heather says, you have priestesses all over the land, so it is possible. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for being practitioners who can see the value in gridding the planet with magic. So far in this life, Maribeth says, I think I'm moving to Kauai. I think you might be. I think you're right, Maribeth. I'm so glad you said it out loud. I've been feeling it. And Maya says, may it all be so. I know, Priestess Maya, if I get my wish and Mary Beth gets her wish, we're going to be your neighbors. Yes, Shananda says, get my temple up and operating. I would love to help you with that, Shananda. I would love to help you actualize that vision. As priestesses, we will start to come together to help with the earth's changes, says Elisa. Yes. Jerry says, Ashe. Yes. And Kimberly says, here for and with you. I'm here for and with you too. What happens when we women decide we're just taking it all back? We're going to take it all back from the patriarchy, from the unhealthy wages of capitalism, from the corporatocracy, and we're going to rededicate it all as sacred. Priestess Red Fox in our temple is this very day on Cyprus rededicating a mountain temple to Aphrodite that fell into disrepair and was taken over by a monastery. She's going and climbing that mountain today, and the priestesses of our temple are saying a prayer with her to rededicate that land to Aphrodite. What are you going to do? How can we all do it? Who are you going to be? Who are you going to be in this changing world? It's go time, says Baba Yaga. It's go time. Where will you go and take it back for the goddess? I used to make a joke, and it's sort of a joke, but not a joke. I used to say when I moved up here to Mount Shasta from the Bay Area, and this area is a very conservative, like very conservative area. There's a lot of left thinking people, but there's also, even in the spiritual community here, a lot of people who are very politically conservative, and a lot of racism. There's a couple people here who have rebel flags and stuff like that. So I jokingly said at the time, I'm going to move out to that red area and I'm going to reverse colonize for the goddess. I'm taking it back for the goddess. And not like I'm claiming ownership, and not like I'm colonizing. I actually, it was a joke when I said that way. But the reality is, every single one of us could find one place somewhere in our community or on the planet where we are meant to go and take it back, where we're meant to go reclaim that place that's full of trash. The Guanyin shrine that I have out behind my store was full of trash. It took 4 truckloads to get it all out. And then someone brought 2 more truckloads and dumped it there when they saw that it was empty. They were like, oh, free trash removal. I'll bring 2 more truckloads in the night. So we had to take 2 more truckloads out. I regularly have to go and take out trash there. It's like, I find all kinds of crazy things down there. And then sometimes I go down there and all the offerings and everything has been just taken by somebody. But I reclaimed that little spot. I cleaned up the syringes. I cleaned out the empty Coca-Cola freezer and the ice cream chest and the broken down machinery and the boxes and the pieces of scrap metal and all the things. And I put a statue of Guanyin that was given to me, that a lot of people helped to move there. I did that once. I can do that again. And so can you. There's something that needs you. It's already calling. You already know what it is. You're already clear about what it is. And something in you maybe has been thinking, I really want to do that, but is that presumptuous? Or am I taking up too much space? Or what if I get in trouble? What if you do? Think about all the kind of women we admire. kind of women we admire are the ones who do amazing things, get in trouble, and then say, oh, you seem to be really upset about this. Okay. Yes, Goddess of the Wood says we need to get past religion. I'm past religion. Actually, you know what, Goddess of the Wood, Natalie? There is a wonderful book by the Dalai Lama called Beyond Religion. Go read it. It absolutely will take care of everything you're seeing here, where you're saying, I love Jesus, but I also don't think that God is a single parent and that heaven and earth has space for all. I think you should go read that book, Beyond Religion by His Holiness. It is wonderful. It talks about all the world religions coming together and establishing a common set of principles for how we treat each other and the earth, and then taking those principles back into their religions and upholding those principles. Heather says, even reclaiming one's yard as a wildlife haven is like an oasis in the desert of mowed lawns for the bees. That's right. Create a pollinator garden in your own yard and become a goddess of the bees, a priestess of the bees. Yvonne says, I was called to the Redwoods. I was offered a place in a very magical way. I get the keys to my place this week. Yes, Yvonne, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. In all of our individual ways. Yes, Arabesque. Kirsten says, the card totally speaks to my life right now, too. Yes, sacred perfumer, beautiful distiller, creatrix of heavenly aromas. How can you find that way? You know, scent is a great way to get the sacred out there. It's invisible. It appeals to people. You know, it changes the whole energy of a room immediately. I'm excited to see whatever it is that everybody does. I love this. Kauai, Maya says, the temple of the loving heart on Pele's land, the big island, Hawaii. Yes, Maya's temple of the loving heart. Yvonne in the Redwoods, Shananda's temple, Kimberly doing her work with our temple here. Also, we have Heather and her pollinator project. I see you, Jennifer. Priestess Jennifer is here. She's just moved to New Orleans and she knows she's there to be of service and she's opening her heart to that service. Relax the hold of darkness and live at cause. Yes. So inspired to throw my oak leaves from my cave, says Heather. Yes, Kume and Sybil. The temple of the crimson lotus is my temple. Beautiful, Shananda. That is actually very interesting. About 7 years ago now, I was going to name a temple the Crimson Lotus, but I didn't. It was going to either be the Vermilion Lotus, the Scarlet Lotus, or the Crimson Lotus. And then something else happened and it changed, but I see you. May we, all of us, find the thing that is already speaking to us, that is already telling us a big yes, regardless of how many times we might say to ourselves, no, or I'm afraid, or what if that's not for me? It is. No one's going to give it to us but us in a patriarchy capitalist world. No one's going to give it to us but us. That's our short bit for today. I'm excited for us. I'm excited for all of us. I'm excited for Baba Yaga, who reminds us just how powerful we really are, and who says, stop asking, just go take it back. Let's do 3 prostrations and get into Guanyin. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today, I'm reporting that Pepper, who was in hospice last week and we were praying for her, has now passed on. I'm holding for Priestess Aisling, who is recovering from a concussion that has just been very difficult to overcome. Praying for all of us here who are watching this and feeling like there's a stirring in our hearts to answer our higher calling. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guanxin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations now of Namo Guanxin Pusa, calling out to the one who is here witnessing us as we graduate from the shadow of fear of our potential into the light of our actualization. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Oh. My husband put this fan in here that turns on automatically, and it's too much. Too loud. Okay. I'd rather be hot. All right, let's do the brief wind horse practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume choksum shidang jetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintu yi daki tsesu pajor nyandraknyam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kepar kaje wangtang lungtanam yampa sushing chetu gyawa long chije lekpe lamdu drowa dang sering neme dedang denjur shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtang and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume choksum shidang jetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintu yi daki tsesu pajor nyandraknam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kepar kaje wangtang lungtanam nyampa sushing chetu gawa long chije lekpe lamdu drowa dang sering neme de dang denju shi. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hung as we envision our dreams taking flight for the benefit of all beings, and that whatever it is that we're called to do, that we will do it well, and that we will do it in a way that's beneficial to everyone it touches. Om Mani Padme Hung, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss Yeshe Wangmo be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. Wishing you all a really great day of becoming clearer and clearer tomorrow.